Chapter 21. Fear the Comfy Couch, Fear the Jailer's Fruit Platter, and Shiny Toilet. Nero's cell was the nicest place I'd ever been imprisoned in. It would have rated 5 stars. Absolute luxury. Would die here again. From the high ceiling hung a chandelier. A chandelier! Much too far out of reach for a prisoner to grab. Crystal pendants danced in the LED lights, casting diamond-shaped reflections across the eggshell white walls. In the back of the room sat a sink with gold fixtures and an automated toilet with a bidet. Shielded behind a privacy screen. What pampering! One of Nero's Persian carpets covered the floor. 2 plush Roman-style sofas were arranged in a V on either side of the coffee table, overflowing with cheese, crackers, fruit, and a silver pitcher of water with 2 goblets, in case we prisoners wanted to toast our good luck. The only front wall had a jailhouse look, since it was nothing but a row of thick metal bars, but even these were coated with, or perhaps made from, imperial gold. I spent the first 20 or 30 minutes alone in the cell. It was hard to measure time. I paced, I screamed, I demanded to see Meg. I banged a silver platter against the bars and howled into the empty corridor outside. Finally, as my fear and queasiness got the best of me, I discovered the joys of vomiting into a high-end toilet with a heated seat and multiple self-cleaning options. I was beginning to think Lugu must have died. Why else had she not been put in the cell with me as Nero had promised? How could she have survived the shock of double amputation when she was already so badly injured? Just as I was convincing myself I would die alone in this cell with no one to help me eat the cheese and crackers, a door banged open somewhere down the hall, followed by heavy footsteps and a lot of grunting. Gunther and another Germanus came into view, dragging Lugu between them. The middle 3 bars of the cell entrance fell away, retracting into the floor as fast as sheathed blades. The guards pushed Lou inside, and the bars snapped closed again. I rushed to Lou's side. She curled on the Persian carpet, her body shivering and splattered with blood. Her leg braces had been removed. Her face was paler than the walls. Her wrists had been bandaged, but the wrappings were already soaked through. Her brow burned with fever. "She needs a doctor!" I yelled. Gunther leered at me. "Ain't you a healing god?" His friend snorted, and the 2 of them lumbered back down the hall. "Ugh," Lou muttered. "Hold on," I said. Then I winced, realizing that probably wasn't a sensitive thing to say given her condition. I scrambled back to my comfy sofa and rummaged through my pack. The guards had taken my bow and quiver, including the arrow of Dodona, but they left me everything that obviously wasn't a weapon. My waterlogged ukulele, my backpack, including some medical supplies that Will had given me. Bandages, ointments, pills, nectar, ambrosia. Could Gauls take ambrosia? Could they take aspirin? I had no time to worry about that. I soaked some linen napkins in ice water and wrapped them across Lou's head and neck to lower her temperature. I crushed some painkillers together with ambrosia and nectar and fed her some of the mush, though she could barely swallow. Her eyes were unfocused. Her shivering was getting worse. She croaked. "Meg!" "Hush," I said, trying not to cry. "We'll save her, I swear. But first you have to heal." She whimpered and then made a high-pitched noise like a scream with no energy behind it. She had to be in unbelievable pain. She should have been dead already, but the Gaul was tough. You need to be asleep for what comes next," I warned. I'm sorry, but I have to check your wrists. I have to clean the wounds and rebandage them or you'll die from sepsis." I had no idea how I was going to accomplish this without her dying from blood loss or shock, but I had to try. The guards had tied off her wrists sloppily. I doubted they'd bothered with sterilization. They had stopped the bleeding, but Lou would still die unless I intervened.